How would you describe your music?
I would say alternative, folky. We like to do a lot of harmonies. Very acoustic and a lot of fiddle.
What's interesting is you just started writing songs, almost put them online and that type of thing.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
Absolutely. So I was a kid, teenager, and I taught myself how to record. And I had a little MacBook and started releasing originals. I did it very badly for a long time, and then I got better at it. So that's what STORMFOK is. It's the better version of me learning.
So when you were young, when did you decide that music may be something you'd want to do?
I picked up guitar when I was 9 years old, and I grew up singing with my sister. So I was the little brother that played piano and guitar, and she was an excellent singer, and I didn't start singing until later in life.
Who were some of your early influences?
So I grew up really liking John Mayer, and then I got into a Mumford & Sons phase. I always really liked the classics, so my dad was a big fan of the Beach Boys, which is why I like harmonies so much. And then nowadays, I listen to a lot of Lumineers, an older band, but the Civil Wars, and then I would say Mumford & Sons.
So when you look at your music and you think, what am I going to write? How am I going to write? What do you go into? Do you think about your influences, or do you think about something totally different?
So usually music, I like for it to come to me. I don't like to force it. I don't like to do forced songwriting sessions. I really like it to come naturally. And usually it's emotions, and it's usually periods of my life that I'll record it, and sometimes I won't even touch it for a few months or a few years, and I'll reapproach it when I'm ready to release it.
So tell me how you write a song. How does Mick write a song?
So I write a song without instruments. So I like to write it, if I'm writing down the words, I write in my phone, I write on my notes. That way I can just erase it and redo it really quickly. And I hear it all in my head first, and I think about the key in my head, and I think about the speed in my head, and who's singing it, and I do it all in my head first before I even touch an instrument. And I usually finish the song before I even pick up piano or guitar or anything.
Tell us more about STORMFOK. Who is in the band?
So in the band is Preston Segan on violin, and Preston's our newest member, super talented, and he plays fiddle. And then also my sister, Kaylin Hastings. So she just learned bass guitar at the end of 2021. She picked up bass guitar, and she's also a really good saxophone player, but don't tell people. And then me, Mick Rochelle. Sorry.
So one of the things you do is you're also the percussionist with the band. Tell us how that all got started. You play a kick drum and also a kick tambourine. Yeah. Tell us about that.
I can't take the credit for coming up with that. So there's a couple artists that did it before me. Marcus Mumford does it in Mumford & Sons. And then Shaky Graves is a big artist that does it. But he does it backwards, so he plays the drum behind him. But after a lot of practice and a lot of failure, and even bringing the drum to shows and doing very badly, I finally got it.
So how hard is it? Looking at it from the from the audience, it looks like you're doing three things at once, right? And plus singing. So what else? How does that make your mind think?
I got to wear heels so I don't fall over the drum. So I make sure I just wear some kind of heel on my shoes, and then all my weight's on my left leg on the tambourine. So I leave my right leg kind of loose so I can kick the drum, and I use my toes for the tambourine. And yeah.
You have what I call ambitious plan to maybe put out a song every month. You're still going to try to do that in the future?
Absolutely. I love to put out. I think that's why we're doing it. We don't want to go to shows and play originals and then not have a place where folks can hear them. So we record them, and I mix them in my bedroom, and we release them online through a distributing service.
So you grew up in the digital age. People didn't have that luxury before. They had to go into recording studios and things like that. You kind of do things your own way, right?
I do, because I'm the pickiest person I know. So it lets me take time with the songs and really get it to how I hear it in my head, versus sending it off, and I don't exactly get what I always want out of the song.
And final question, what's ahead for STORMFOK?
Lots of music, lots of touring, and then more members. And it's just going to be a good time. We're just here to have fun and play our own songs.
Well, thank you, Mick. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you, Billy.
The line as we both take our time, all our memories last year. It's the future we fear, now it's here. And it doesn't matter.